and welcome to Tech It Up Middle East live at GITEX Global 2025, Middle East Africa's biggest technology exhibition. As you can see, we have Mr. Chandra Shekhar Pandey, who is the CEO of Seceon, and let's talk to him as to what Seceon is up to at GITEX. Mr. Chandra, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Great to meet you, Chris.
Again, like last year, how's it going? How do you feel? How's the feel at the moment?
It's pretty good. It's like we're pretty excited about what we are seeing in the market and opportunities, as well as this event is, as you know, it's one of the biggest in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Please tell us about your GITEX highlights. What are you showcasing for your partners and customers? What can they expect from you at GITEX?
Yeah. So, as you know, in cybersecurity is a kind of a business where it's not a functionality business. You always have to see what is on the other side, your threat actors and the APTs, or even it might be dubious actors, what they are trying to do. So you have to drive the innovation each and every day, and you have to always think about that, because your competition is not a company A, B and C. Your competition is those threat actors and APT. So we have delivered multiple innovations since last year I met you. We just released our CMX 360. We have done a lot of functionality into our core 8 modules of our platform. Plus, we introduced 3 more modules this year. So, as I mentioned, that's our CMX 360 for all the compliance framework across the globe, which we have introduced. We have introduced our Cuard 2.0. We have also introduced our OT Security 2.0 as well. Okay. So those are the 3 modules we have added this year.
Well, good to see a lot of upgrades happening. Of course, cybersecurity needs to be upgraded every time. Tell us about the threats, the threat actors at the moment. They have become really modern. Of course, they are using AI as well. How are you as Seceon? How is Seceon helping the enterprises move from reactive defense to proactive defense?
Yeah, that's a great question, Chris, because you see, most of the organization still have not been thinking properly about cybersecurity, how the cybersecurity threat actors and APTs are evolving, and that's why you keep on hearing about the big breaches happening in there, whether all the national level kind of compromises are happening from the telecom side as well as the enterprises, because only thing you hear about is where there is some ransomware involved and all that in there, but there is many other things. 95% of the threat does not get reported, which involve your intellectual property, your trade secret, your national secret, or many of those ones in there. So from our point of view, when we are doing our platform innovations and all that, always looking into that, all those autonomous attacks they are generating based on the AI as well as the automation, we have to keep up or even be ahead of them to be proactive.
Right.
Otherwise, if you just keep on doing the things which you have been doing for the last 10-15 years, you are pretty much have lost the battle, and people will able to come in, take whatever they want, go on their will, come back again and all that. So you cannot rely on just having the silos where might be the best of the breed, but they leave too many gaps in there. You are not watching everything in the real time, where you can deliver the proactive detections and the kill the threat, or even the protections is also very important in there, because now protection has taken a next level on top of the detection to kill the threat into the early steps and stages, so they cannot come back and they cannot go whichever way they want to go in, collect the information.
Great, thank you. Well, you did mention some of the challenges already in your response now, but particularly in the Middle East, what other challenges do you see in this and opportunities as well?
So if you look into from the cyber threat point of view, that's right. Middle East definitely is, nation actors are very extremely active over here, but on top of that, because everybody wants to know whether friends or foe, what is going on in your side, that's right. So that is one thing, and then the other thing you have to keep in mind is it's very easy to kind of get the exfiltration done and demand the money and all that. So threat actors as well as the nation actors are extremely active, and you see the thing is, one of the advantage we have now is we monitor more than 1.5 trillion events per day. So we not only see what is happening right now, we can also see what is coming down the line. That's right. So that way also we proactively even go to some of those vendors who are on the perimeter. We inform them there is something going on. Why don't you take actions on those ones in there? But from the Middle East point of view, look, most of the countries, as well as African countries, they are kind of coming up to having their own kind of like a cybersecurity regulatory requirement, which is based on the broad set of monitoring and proactive detection side. That there is enforcements going on which kind of change the organizational behavior as well. But look, regulators are not there to be hurdle for any organization. They are there to help, So that's what is a lot of them are going, and what we have done is, as I mentioned in our CMX 360, not only we are delivering the proactive detections and remediation and all that in there, but also helping them deliver like on-demand compliance like reports or compliance readiness, and that is what CMX 360, where we already have more than 20 plus framework actively collecting not only the digital telemetry but also your people process and manual telemetry with the AI, which we call it SERA AI based monitoring as well in there.
Right. Well, I'm glad you mentioned AI because that's what I wanted to get next. How do you think AI and autonomy is reshaping the future of cybersecurity?
Yeah, so if you look into AI, definitely in the cybersecurity, the threat actors are using it.
Yes.
And to generate threats which try to blend into your environment, try to also know all the gaps. Any tool which are based on just like a rule-based solutions and all that, which if you look into the tools which were being developed before, they are all based on the rules. All those actors, they know the rule as well, so that for them it does not take more than few seconds to how to bypass those rules as well. So that is going on. So on the other side, on the defense side, you always have to think about that, hey, what they can do, and also assume that some of the things they will get through. So you have to monitor it from all the different angles in there. You cannot be just doing, some people say, oh, I'm doing all the log monitoring. Log is always after the fact. You have to do the network. Any of those telemetry identities, and identities has to be a unique identity. You cannot have Chandra at one place, Chandra Shekhar at one other place, and Chandra Shekhar at Seceon.com another place. That kind of things is not going to work anymore.
Right.
So people have to realize that mess up is not, because that time it was done just like, hey, barely get the things up and running. But now you have to think about that, hey, how we can bring everything into common context with the situational awareness. And AI you have to use in cybersecurity, not just the GenAI or agentic AI, but what we did is, when 10 years back when we started our company, we were doing domain specific AI from the day one to reduce your response noise and do the background shift. And then going forward, we also brought the GenAI innovation in there for triaging, as well as educating the people so that they can be highly efficient using the AI. And the AI is the way to tackle the challenge, but AI is not the only solution. Human will be the most critical vector in any of the threat handling. Only thing you have to do is think about AI is your highly efficient kind of assistant, and you want to use the AI to get your 95% of the work done, but the human has to be there.
It will always be there.
That is the way. Means AI is there to make you efficient, make you more automated, but do not just think AI is kind of something is going to take over the world. It's not going to happen, because it will make mistakes. You have to control it. You have to put the guardrail. You have to look into what is coming out of there as well in there. And AI is also one thing I'll share. Most of the AI which people are using from the GenAI point of view is lazy. So what it does, you ask to do X, and it will do X by 3, and it will say, okay, do you want me to do more? You have to prompt. So you have to always be very careful that don't leave everything to the AI. That's why the human will play a critical role, but human has to become smarter than that.
Smarter than that, yes, correct. Great. Thank you so much. It is always a pleasure talking to you, as usual, and thank you so much for your time.
Chris, it's always kind of, how to say, the best opportunity to kind of sit down on the hot seat with you, and you you come up with a lot of not easy question, which is like a good thing.
But sir, you did not even pause for a minute, so you were absolutely on the spot, on target for everything that we asked you.
Yeah, thank you
so
sir.
much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Chris. Always it's an honor to speak with you.
Pleasure. So that was Mr. Chandra Shekhar Pandey, the CEO of Seceon. You heard from him the kind of upgrades and the cybersecurity upgrades they have done to their solutions, keeping in mind the demands of the market, keeping in mind the changing tech landscape. Please do visit and spend some time with Mr. Chandra to see their cybersecurity solutions. You can meet them at the TFG booth, and Mr. Chandra will take you through everything that they've got. Thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself and do not forget to tech it up.
Thank you.